So the Lakers is hiring JJ Redick on a 4-year deal to coach the Lakers, the LeBron James Lakers. And everybody knows that this is not probably a genie bus idea. This is not nobody else in the office idea. Like always, this is a LeBron James idea. And Dogon, how do you feel about this transaction, this egregious act that happened in the NBA? How do you feel about this?
It's disgusting. It's 100% disgusting. The amount of collusion, the amount of gaslighting,
Mm.
the narcissism that we're witnessing in 5D and 4K. It's insulting, to be honest. In hindsight, we can double back and look at all this, how all this started, and this all started with that little goofy podcast,
Yep.
and it felt out of place. It felt rushed. I was like, "What are you guys in this such a?" It was, what I mean by such a rush is normally when people develop a podcast show, there's already a setting, there's already a stage. These are well off people, so if they were already established in this podcast for a long time, they would have already had a set ready. They were recording in a back room or some weird stuff. Then it was this whole online thing because, like, yeah, clearly this guy's still catching flights and playing games. So why are you guys forcing a podcast at this part of the season? It didn't even start at the beginning. And it was all for publicity. It was all for propaganda, just to show us how much of a basketball mind JJ Redick has. And I don't even know where that type of crap came from. Because when I even sit down and I listen to this man talk about stuff, either whether it was on ESPN, the first take stuff, or if it was actually calling a game, doing the commentary, which, by the way, is atrocious. Whenever I hear this man talk about basketball, it is absolutely annoying. I'm sorry, I had to say it. It's annoying. And the same type of jackassery that people witness him at Duke is starting to show itself again. Now, I felt like NBA JJ Redick was a lot more tolerable than college basketball JJ Redick, and I thought he grew up. But since he's been on ESPN, since he had this microphone in front of him, he's been talking all this jackassery, and it's not hard to see why he's not likable. Now, the Lakers, there's already been reports before all of this stuff came out by him getting hired. There was already reports where players were saying that JJ Redick rubs them the wrong way, mainly on how he speaks. So there's all kinds of stuff swirling around this situation that don't jive right, that don't feel right. But I really feel as though this thing has been in the works since they started that little podcast. And that means Darvin Ham was fired since they started that podcast. That means JJ Redick had this job since they started this podcast, which to me is absolutely egregious. Last thing I'll say before I let you go, this guy has zero coaching experience. Zero. Now, we've seen people with zero basketball experience become head coaches, but most of those guys that did that jump were Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
Okay. They weren't role players that were only on NBA teams because the game switched to analytics and 3-point shooting. Because if this was back in the day before analytics and 3-point shooting, this guy would have been out of the league as the defensive liability he is and was. So, yeah, man, I can go on for an hour about this guy. I don't like this play for Lakers fans. But, hey, man, you reap what you sow when you sell yourselves like this. And right now they are selling themselves out for LeBron James, and the price is high. The effect is not going to be felt just while he's playing there. It's going to be felt 5 to 6 years after he leaves. But what are your thoughts, sir, on all of this stuff here? JJ Redick, head coach, podcast, you name it, bro. How do you feel about this?
Man, I feel like LeBron James is a captain of the ship, and he just brought dynamite. He just brought oil. He just brought and it's a live fire happening and about to explode. And what he wants is his son to be on the Lakers. So I feel like he came up to JJ Redick and said, "Hey, I could get you this coaching job if you promise to bring my son on." Then the JJ Redick probably was like, "Hey man, but we're not gonna go nowhere. I'll probably get fired." He'd be like, "So you gonna get the money?" And JJ was like, "You know what? Yeah, I'll take that." It's just like who was what was it, Jeff Saturday for the Colts when he was coaching the Colts? Like that didn't make no sense at all.
It didn't.
It was like
It
it
didn't.
was like Saturday's coaching the Colts. He was just on ESPN. He was even ready. And so nobody's like, oh yeah, Saturday is some guru mind like Peyton Manning or Tom Brady or something like that. Nobody was saying that. Or Ray Lewis. I can see if you brought Ray Lewis. Like, okay, I can understand that. You know what I'm saying? But
I was good for doing that. I was good for doing that at Madden, making him like my defensive coordinator.
Hell yeah, that was a good time. I always pick Ocho Cinco to be my head coach for some reason. That they didn't bring that feature back though.
I know.
Yeah, this is just like the Jeff Saturday to the Colts. This don't make no sense. Nobody talks about JJ Redick like how they say Rondo. Like everybody knows Rondo is a guru mind and stuff. Anytime somebody talk about Rajon Rondo, they talk about okay, he knows the game, he knows the in and outs, he knows the plays before it happens, and it's the same thing like with mostly with point guards and stuff. Like you got Jason Kidd, you got Steve Nash. These are people that have to study the game, especially back in the 90s and stuff. So JJ Redick was just like you said, a 3-point shooter that you get in the game just so he could be way in the corner.
Right.
So when you take it to the lane, you just dive it out. And he just shoot the 3-point and that's it.
That's it.
And that's all he was. So this definitely doesn't make sense. This is a work of LeBron James trying to get his son to play on the Lakers. And this is all that matters to LeBron James. This probably going to be his last year, so it's not going to matter anyways because he's probably going to come out and say, all right, my son is on the Lakers. Then he's going to announce to everybody this is his farewell tour. So it's not going to matter anyways. It's like JJ Redick is kind of like the driver of the carriage for LeBron James for his farewell tour and say goodbye, bye, and all that. And that's how I see it. Like JJ Redick is going down with a fire, and LeBron James going to retire next year once his son is playing for the Lakers. And that's my hot take for this stupid JJ Redick nonsense.
Yeah, I mean, look out, Lakers fans. Your season's already over.
Yeah.
He signed a 4-year deal. Kiss at least the next 3 years of your lives away. It is a wrap. I don't know what to make of this. When the Lakers fail, they're not going to blame JJ Redick. They're not going to blame LeBron James for bringing in JJ Redick because they don't even blame LeBron James for bringing in Westbrook, who's not a horrible person or a horrible player. He was just a horrible fit for that team.
Yeah.
Nobody blames LeBron for that either. So they're not going to blame him for this either. So they're going to look at Rob Pelinka and Jeannie Buss as they should.
Yeah.
Because the only reason why this is their fault at this point is because they're allowing this to happen just so they can keep selling LeBron James tickets. That's what this is all about.
It is.
And they're selling their franchise out to this narcissistic, whiny crybaby. I'm sorry, bro. You just got to call it what it is, man.
Yep.
And yeah, he's a grown-ass man with grown-ass kids. But at the same time, bro, he cries like a grown-ass baby. He acts like one. And this whole ploy to get his son to play in the league. I heard somebody say something smart. I think it was Jason Williams. I think he was like, why not just let your son go undrafted and then sign him?
Yeah.
Like, why are we going through all of this stuff? Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
At this point, you can guarantee he comes to your team. Why are you putting him through this? Why are you putting everybody through this? And so if this man wants to sit around here and talk about all this legacy stuff that he played with his son, first player to ever do it, all this other crap that he's shooting for, at this point, man, everybody that's around here witnessing it, even his stands, are watching this and going, you know what? This is a little odd, bro. Like, why are you going through all these measures just to say you're the GOAT? So I think that what this is, all this stuff's going to do, man. I think it's all telling, to be honest. So as frustrating it is to watch, I think it's also like a redeeming quality to this, because the more he does this, the more he gets exposed.
Oh yeah,
So
definitely.
we'll see what's going on next year, man. R.I.P. to Lakers fans, man. This is
No,
a tough.
and one thing, if I was Anthony Davis, I would ask for a trade,
You got to get
straight up.
out of there.
Yeah, it
You
don't
got to
make
get
no
out of
sense
there.
because he's gonna go. It's no way Lakers gonna rebound after this. If I would ask to get traded to the Spurs or somewhere, I'll be out, bro. I'm like, no, I'm not doing this. I go
The,
straight to the Spurs, bro.
the Lakers were already in trouble, salary cap, all this type
Yeah,
of like picks. They was already in trouble for all of this. They're going to be in worse debt after this.
yeah.
So that's why I said, hey man, this ain't just a 4-year deal. You know what
Mm-mm.
I'm saying? This is going to impact this franchise for the next 5 to 6, 7. It took the Heat like almost 6 years to recover from LeBron doing all that stuff to us. It took us a
Yeah,
while.
yep.
And so look out, Lakers. Y'all are next. Hey, but what do you guys think? Let us know down in the comment section. How do you guys feel about the JJ Redick hire? Do you guys feel like this was all the way above board, or do you feel like there was a little collusion involved? Do you feel like he's actually going to be good for the Lakers, or do you think it's going to tear down the franchise? Look, much like how me and Mr. Leo Maceo feels. But until the next time, guys, this has been the Keep On Moving podcast show with Dogon SS and Leo Maceo. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. This is a show y'all need to watch. So until the next time, my people, peace.
Peace.